Welcome back to the channel, guys. Is it altcoin season just yet? That's the question we're answering in today's video. We're seeing breakouts with Ethereum, Solana, Bitcoin. We're going to be diving in to talk about altcoin season. Is it coming? Are we pumping? That's what we're talking about today. As always, if you enjoy the content, please make sure to smash that thumbs up button below. Hit that subscribe button as well. And if you want to get notified about similar content, smash that bell notification icon. And don't forget to grab your free copy of The Rise of Bitcoin. It's linked down below this video in the description. Grab it while it's free. It's my gift to you. And let's get into the video. So, what we're seeing over the past week or so with the US election result, positive news on the horizon for markets with Bitcoin pumping, the S&P 500 breaking into new all-time highs, and with a further 25 basis point rate cut, what we're seeing is markets reacting to this positive news and things are moving to the upside as a result. So Bitcoin has broken up to new all-time highs, getting as high as 77,000 US dollars per Bitcoin in the past couple of days. We've got Ethereum breaking out of this channel that it had been in for a couple of months, actually 3 months plus, having dropped down into this channel at the beginning of August with the unwind of the Japanese yen carry trade. You can see that we tested this 2,800 level on multiple occasions. We did not manage to break through it until the 7th of November. We got this big candle on the 6th, another big candle on the 7th, breaking through that previous level of resistance and started moving towards the 200-day moving average. You can see just in the past 48 hours, we have reclaimed the 200-day moving average. We've moved above it, which is a very positive sign for Ethereum over the next few weeks. So finally, we're seeing Ethereum waking up and making moves that many of us have been waiting for it to do for a number of months at this stage. Bitcoin's outlook was more positive before that because we were still well above the 200-day moving average since the middle of October. And same thing for Solana. We were well above the 200-day moving average since that same time period in October. And Solana has been retesting the 202 level as of late as well. We blasted through this level of resistance at about 184. This level was holding as resistance again on multiple occasions, going back here all the way to the middle of May. Once again, we retested it at the end of June, kind of very beginning of August, before that drop once again with the unwind of the Japanese yen carry trade. We had a lot of consolidation here. We were struggling to get back above 162 for a while. And finally, we got back up to retest 186 here on the end of October. And finally, once again, broke through it here on the 7th of November. And currently, we are retesting this next level of resistance right around 202, where we have found resistance all the way back in March when we got up to those March highs with Bitcoin getting to 73K. Solana got all the way up, even wicking up as far as 209. We've been retesting that level here the past couple of days. And if we move beyond that, then we are going to be retesting previous all-time highs of levels around $250 to $260. So if we can break through this 202 level, there's lots of fresh air for Solana to move up towards its previous all-time highs all the way back from November 2021. So very exciting times in the market, lots of positive sentiment. But is it time for altcoin season just yet? Well, let's look at a couple of other charts. We're going to bring up the Bitcoin dominance chart. And what we're seeing here, if we zoom out to the weekly just for a moment, is Bitcoin dominance has been super strong all the way since the end of 2022, beginning of 2023. We've been on a super solid uptrend for Bitcoin dominance for the past couple of years. And that continued even in the most recent weeks on the back of the news of the election result and the rate cuts. Over the past week or so, we've seen this green candle moving up all the way to 60.5%. However, as you're seeing with this most recent weekly candle, it's a strong candle in the red back to the downside. So are we going to see Bitcoin dominance topping out around this level? And are we going to be breaking further down to the downside? Again, we don't know just yet, but if we zoom out and go all the way back to 2021, we can see that the pattern that played out when we saw this breakdown in Bitcoin dominance at the very beginning of 2021, we saw this correlation between Bitcoin dominance breaking down and many of the alts beginning to break out. And this was the true beginning of altcoin season, when we saw an extended period of time where Bitcoin broke down on the weekly candle 4 to 5 weeks in a row with big red candles. This was the real beginning of altcoin season, and we can see that marked out in the total 3 chart. The total 3 chart representing the total market cap of everything outside Bitcoin and Ethereum. And again, this chart is somewhat like the inverse of the Bitcoin dominance chart, because if we go all the way back to 2021, just when we were talking about Bitcoin dominance breaking to the downside, we saw total crypto market cap of everything outside Bitcoin and Ethereum breaking sharply to the upside. And we went on this parabolic move with the crypto total market cap of everything outside Bitcoin and Ethereum rising sharply to the upside from January 2021 all the way through to the middle of May 2021 before we saw that break down, period of consolidation before that run up again in the latter half of 2021. So what we would be looking for again on this chart would be a significant breakout to the upside to really confirm the beginning of altcoin season. And if we come over here all the way to where we are today, we did see a breakout from this downwards trend around the middle to end of September, and we've kind of been consolidating for a few weeks here, retesting, possibly the trend line. And with this big green candle here, this is again signaling that there's a bit of momentum beginning to happen with the total market cap of everything outside Bitcoin and Ethereum. Again, you'll notice the inverse correlation here with Bitcoin dominance's large red candle and this large green candle for total 3. What we're seeing is, maybe the very beginnings of some momentum happening for the rest of the market. However, we would want to see an extended period of green candles on the weekly chart here in order to really confirm altcoin season really kicking off. Again, going back to this time period, you can see we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 super strong green candles in a row before having any kind of red candle on the chart here for total 3. And I'd be looking for the same kind of confirmation here, at least 2 to 3 solid green candles in a row to confirm that we're really moving into any kind of alt season. The final chart we'll look at is the others.d, which is the dominance of everything else excluding the top 10 in the crypto market. And again, somewhat similar to the total 3 chart, we saw a sharp increase in the dominance of everything outside the top 10 back in January 2021 through May 2021 before a breakdown. Again, I want to see this breaking to the upside to signal a stronger move for the total market cap of everything outside the top 10 from a dominance perspective to really signal we're moving into an altcoin season. So I think we're still not quite at an altcoin season. We need to see a further breakdown in Bitcoin dominance, and we need to see this really getting back down, maybe to the kind of 59, 58% level, and couple that with a breakout with total 3 and others dominance. But you can keep an eye on some of this stuff over at the blockchaincenter.net altcoin season index as well. It's just a visualization of everything we were looking at on the charts. Obviously more of a Bitcoin heavy season or a Bitcoin month when the number is below 50 and closer towards Bitcoin. As we move up the scale here towards altcoin season, getting up to 60, 70, 80 on the chart here, that means that it is much more favorable as an environment for altcoins. And again, you can see that Bitcoin is up 30%, 31% over the past 90 days. Of course, there's a number of alts outperforming it. SUI leading the charge, up 169% over the past 90 days. So always worth keeping an eye on what's going on, but I don't think we're quite at altcoin season just yet. Again, guys, this video is sponsored by Femex. Check out a link for Femex in the description below, but Femex is the leading exchange for purchasing many of these altcoins that are going to be taking off when we get to altcoin season. Of course, this is not financial advice, but you will find many of the most bullish altcoins, just like we were looking at for SUI, for example. SUI leading the charge here in terms of tokens, in terms of the tokens in the green over the past 90 days. You've even got many of the leading meme coins on Femex, like Doge. You've got some of the leading AI tokens, just like Render and just like Tau, available here on Femex's exchange. So check out Femex. It is a referral link in the description below, guys. I have been in contact with the Femex team. They are a great group of people. And for all of your centralized exchange needs, you can check out Femex using the link in the description below. That is it for today's video, guys. Lots of exciting stuff happening in the markets. We're seeing Ethereum finally waking up. We're seeing Solana testing all-time highs from this year where we got to in March. Next levels for it is going to be up at the previous all-time highs from the end of 2021. Bitcoin putting in new all-time highs in the past few days. Lots of exciting stuff brewing. It's not quite altcoin season just yet. Keep an eye on those charts. Keep an eye on Bitcoin dominance. Keep an eye on others' dominance, as well as Total 3, to help inform your decision making for when we're truly kicking off on altcoin season. We're going to be keeping an eye on everything here on the channel, so make sure to subscribe, hit that notification icon, smash the like button below, and don't forget to grab your free copy of The Rise of Bitcoin. It's linked below the video. Grab it now while it's free, and we'll catch you in the next one.